Hi everyone, it's me again, trying out the newest version of the browsing shell from supertext.net. There's a few new features I'd like to show that I've been trying out. First, let's have a look at the help again. So the browsing shell is a lot like a Unix shell, but it has graphical capabilities. So it's text-oriented, but there are some nice graphical formatting of the output. Some useful gestures and stuff. Makes the shell experience a bit more like web browsing. So last time we went over the help, we alt-clicked on the pre-formatted blocks that were .sh, which brings it down into the command line area automatically, which is kind of nice. We saw how adding a hint at the end of a command can hint what the file extension of the output is. So in this case, supertext. We saw that there's some UI gestures, some key sequences. So for example, Control I and K go back and forth in history. It's pretty useful. You can zoom in and out with Control Shift plus, Control Shift underscore to zoom in and out as needed. It's kind of more of a web browsing experience. Also, last time I downloaded the cats tool, which is kind of like SCP except for cat, so you can cat remote files. And that integrates nicely with the browsing shell. So let's take a look at supertext.net again. Here you can see that there is a SSH prompt like you would normally get at the command line, but it shows up as a kind of a dialog. So yes, I'm okay. Continuing to connect to the server. Any SSH prompt that would come up will be served by that little dialog that shows up. Now, I don't know if anybody noticed last time around, but one of the interesting things that supertext does is with the added semantics, there's if we have a point that happens to have a value after a colon of a date, and the date happens to be ISO 8601 formatted, then we get a nice friendly, how many days ago was that? So we can see that the supertext website hasn't been updated. It was updated 13 days ago. So these little bits that get added automatically because it's supertext, which is kind of cool. Right. So I wanted to demonstrate a little bit about the hyperlink capability. So these lines here with the arrows, these are hyperlinks. So how do I navigate one of these links? Now, because I use the cats tool, and the cats tool is enhanced with a special type of reflection. There's a bit more detail on what that reflection is in the browsing document. So let's try alt-clicking on that. Because of that reflection, when I click on a link, it's able to fill in the command line here. So you can see that we started out from cat supertext.net, but by clicking on this browsing link, it filled in the rest so we can run that to fetch the next page. So there's some basic hyperlinking going on there, again with the alt-click gesture in the browsing shell. And that's facilitated by the fact that the cats command supports this reflection mechanism. There's more details about that further down. Right, so how does the browser know how to redirect one command to a link? So the answer is underneath. The browsing shell is invoking cats and asking it to redirect from the initial command line to this new link. And it responds with the new command that shows up in the browser. It's kind of interesting. So each tool can operate on its own. So, for example, I can run cats outside of this browsing shell. and we get paging and stuff for free. But if I use it with the browsing shell, I get all these cool features added on. So it's something kind of interesting about this ecosystem is each of these tools can run independently of each other, but when they come together, there are some strong integrations that add extra capabilities. Say like reading this site using just the regular terminal works fairly well also. But when we bring the tools together, we get some powerful effects. Anyhow, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and yeah, it's pretty interesting what's going on with the supertext stuff. Thanks for watching.